Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the awesome oscillator. But before we do, if you have not watched my first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that right now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team, and as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down in the description below. You can also find a link to our Discord server, so that way we can all discuss testing indicators and building our trading system. And lastly, you can find a link below to TradingView. If you sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money using the link below. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, let's find the awesome oscillator right here. I'm going to change this slightly. I'm going to make it a line, and I am going to bump up the size of the line here. That's to make this all look a little bit better here, so we can see what's going on. Also, let's see, is that the right color? Yeah. All right. So we are, as usual, on a random pair, the New Zealand dollar versus the CAD. The take profit is 60, the stop is 90. Of course, those are designated by the ATR. If you do not know what I am referring to, then you need to go back and watch those first videos. That's why I keep telling people to do that, so that way they understand what we're doing and they understand how we're doing it. So, the awesome oscillator. Let me switch this back for just a moment here. This is the awesome oscillator in its oscillator form, instead of line form. And I think we're actually going to test it this way. One of the problems that we will run into from time to time, and in one of my first videos I said that the list of indicators I would be working off of would not be a list from TradingView, but over the time since then I have come to realize that TradingView has a very extensive list of indicators, not only built in already for you, but ones that the community builds out. And the site that I was pulling my list of indicators from originally basically was the same thing. The indicators that I was finding on there, I could also find on TradingView. And so I've decided to start using TradingView as the main source of my indicator list. And up until now, I'm just kind of working through, and even now, I'm kind of working through the built-in indicators. And with some of these built-in indicators and some of the indicators that were developed by the community of TradingView people, there's not always an explanation of how you should trade that particular indicator. So the awesome oscillator, I've played around with a few ways, but like I said, I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to trade it and test it off of this method. And so instead of paying much weight to the color of the bars in the histogram, I'm going to use it as a zero line cross. And so to do that. And so to do that, I'm going to put a 0 line here. And we are basically looking for a cross of the 0 line below or a cross of the 0 line above. A cross above is a buy signal, a cross below is a sell signal. So now that we know what we're doing and how we're doing it here, let's get into testing the awesome oscillator. I'm going to test it off of 2019. So let's see, 2019 right in here. Beginning of 2019. December, let's put that right there. Let's start the replay function. January, December, start it right here. And let's get to it. Alright, so we had our first cross pretty quick there. That is a sell signal. We're going to let it ride out here for just a moment, see what it does. So it looks like the first bar cross was there. This would have been our entry candle here. There to there is definitely the pips we are looking for. And so we are going to give it a green for a win. Alright. Moving on now, there is a buy signal there. Looks like it went 0 right there. Buy signal there. So let's see what happens. And it looks like it pretty much dropped right back down for a sell signal, which would have stopped us out. Let's follow the sell signal down and see what it does. That doesn't look very good. Let's see. Let's measure it out. That was a loss there. And it gave us a buy signal there. And took a loss again. It's not looking too great. Alright, got a sell signal there. Let's play it out a little bit, see what it does. Might have given us our 60 pips. Let's see. So the open of this one is 90.44. Let's see, what was it? 60? 90.44, so 89.84 low. Is that right? Let's see. 90.44. Yep. And we're looking for 89.84 low. Looks like we got it right there. We did. There's that one. Moving on. See what we can get out of this. And that was a buy signal there. Looks like it turned around. Gave us a short signal almost immediately, stopping us out. Looks like we got it on the short side here. Yep. Got it there. There was a buy signal there. Let's let it play out a few bars and see what we get. That doesn't look like it's gonna go much further. So measure it off here. We might have gotten that. 88.35. So 88.95 is what we're looking for. 88. Nope. We did not get it. Before it turned around and dropped back out. What about this one? Yep, looks like we got that one. Can't lose them all, I suppose. Let it play out a little more here. See what we can get. That wasn't too great there. Looks like a buy, and then immediately dropped back out for a short, giving us a loss. Sorry about that one though. So this would have been, let's see, entry here. Yep. Looks like we got it on that one. Okay, let's see. We got that one. Jumped up. Gave us a loss there. Came back down. Gave us a short signal. Turned around. Bounced us right back out. Getting whipsawed. Getting whipsawed. You guys know I don't like 2-line crosses and 0-line crosses all that well. And this is why I just get this whipsaw back and forth. Super frustrating. Got to have some kind of buffer to filter out choppiness. We get on that one. Let's see. So short there, there, to there. Oh, that's close. If we did 86.62, so 86.02 is what we're looking for. Okay, yeah, let's see what it does. Oh, there we go. Got it on that one. Nope, and we are overshooting the year here. Sorry, I get carried away sometimes. Just go and go and go. All right, so that's the year right there. That is the awesome oscillator. Let's see what we got out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. Dismal amount of wins. No good. No good at all. So, awesome oscillator. Yeah, not so awesome. Alright, so this is a good time for me to give you an example of the process that I kind of go through as I'm messing around with indicators. Obviously, there's the way to trade it, that it was meant to be traded, on the settings it was meant to be, set at, and so on. But at the beginning of the video, you saw that I switched it from a histogram to a line. And I've played around with the awesome oscillator just a little bit, not a whole lot, but enough to know that the histogram version never did that great. But if you take out the zero line cross and you remove the histogram, you plot it as a line instead, it's giving you red and green line, red and green line, red and green line. And if we were to use those as a signal, buy signal, sell signal, buy signal, sell signal, then I suspect we would probably be able to achieve a little bit better results out of the awesome oscillator. Again, I haven't actually put it thoroughly to the test, but just looking at it tends to do better. It tends to give you signals earlier. Yeah, just in general, it seems to do better. That's what I've noticed. Again, I haven't put it all the way through the test to see, but this is an example of kind of the thought process that I go through as I'm looking at an indicator. I look at the initial form of it, and then I start tweaking things, start tweaking the settings and changing things, change the way it's plotted on the chart, and start adding other things to it. And you will often find that with some tweaks here and there, a few changes, we can modify an indicator and actually make it function better than the original way it was meant to be traded. So I wanted to take this time to give you an example of how I think through these indicators. Um, obviously, it's obviously it can be a little problematic sometimes, because if this form of the awesome oscillator is able to achieve the win ratio we are trying to achieve, then at this point in its original form, the way it was meant to be traded, we are not putting it on the list of indicators to look at any further. And so we've kind of thrown it out the window before we could dig into it any further. But on the reverse side, if a indicator can achieve a 60% win rate on its basic functions, then it's a good probability if you tweak the settings, you might be able to improve it even beyond the 60% to 70 or 80 or something along those lines. if the indicator in its original form, the way it was meant to be traded, can't even achieve a 60%, then it's likely that if you modify it and you can hit a 60% win rate out of it, then that's probably the most you're going to get out of it. It's probably not going to get much better than that. And so that is kind of how I look at it. Now, I'm sure that's not every indicator. I'm sure there might be some indicators out there that in its meant to be traded form, it is horrible. Then once you make a few changes and kind of tweak the settings here and there, maybe it can achieve great things. But we kind of want to start off with a nice stable foundation first and build off of that, not start off of a crumbling foundation and try to repair it first, then build off of it, if that makes any sense at all to the viewers out there. So with that being said, the awesome oscillator gets a thumbs down. We're putting it on the no list from now. If you guys want to dig into it, make some changes, test it in the line form instead of the histogram form, and so on, then dig into it, show us what it can do, and we will take a further look at it if you can achieve something decent with it. So, but for the moment being, like I said, it gets the thumbs down. It goes on the no list. So that's it for the awesome oscillator. If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, alright everybody, I will see you on the next video.